Hi, I'm Jake.
And I'm Whakaio. We're Tonight Alive, and you are watching Guitar Mania channel.
Hi Jake, hi Whakaio, welcome to Vienna.
Thank you.
Yeah, we saw on Facebook that you are really in the middle of the tour and you are pretty enjoying the shows actually in the tour.
That's all a lie. We don't actually enjoy it.
Oh man, this has been a real struggle. No,
no, it's great. We've been to some new places that we haven't been before, Spain and Vienna, obviously. So that's really cool and get out exploring, except today we didn't get to explore, which sucks. Yeah. But normally, yeah, so it's good, really good. And we've had 6 months off last year, so everyone's really fresh and enthusiastic, and we'll give it a couple of months and we'll be back to
hating each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, pretty close. But
yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah, 2 days, I reckon.
Couple more weeks.
Let's just start a bit in the beginning, actually. So, how did you get to know each other, and actually, what led to the point that you ended up playing in the same band?
So Cam and I were playing in a band. It was mainly covers, and we decided that we need to get an extra guitarist, and that our singer would stop playing guitar. So we got Whack in because he went to school with the singer.
Okay.
And then that's kind of how we met, and we just started jamming together around there. And then
we went to the same parties and stuff. We had the same group of friends. None of us actually went to school together, which was weird, except for me and Matt. Went to school when I was in the 7th grade. He was in the 7th grade, I was in the 8th grade. So then when we lost our drummer, I called up Matt, and then, yeah, that's how. And then Jenna knew Cameron when she was doing her own acoustic stuff. And he recorded a couple of her demos, and we just recently had lost our singer, and he was like, hey, do you want to sing on one of our songs? And she was like, yeah, and then that was it.
So actually it was a musical connection more or less.
Yeah, mainly.
Yeah.
Nice.
And, yeah.
And friendship.
Friendship, dude.
Started off with friendship, now it's just music.
Yeah, now it's just music. Purely business.
Yeah.
Who came actually up with the band name, so Tonight Alive?
We all did.
Yeah, it was
we don't want to talk about it.
No, we had so we'd taken all these photos or whatever and wanted to put up our MySpace page, and we were in Jenna's room, and we were trying to figure out words that we liked, and yeah, unfortunately
just did a brainstorm and kind of cross-matched a couple until we found one that stuck.
We got that one.
I think it's good. It
actually came to us in a dream that we all had.
Yeah,
we all shared together.
Shared the dream together.
It was like Inception kind of thing, but
some massive LSD.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have published some EPs and also some albums yet. So it's the 3rd album which is now coming out. Can you please talk about the difference actually between making an EP versus a full album? So. Is it easier actually to write an album with a bunch of songs, or is it easier for you to find just a couple and put them on an EP?
I think the easiest one was probably the first one, the first EP, because we were so excited about just writing songs and actually hearing them come together. I mean, we still are, but at the start, it was like, oh wow, these actually sound really cool. And the first EP, we recorded it in 3 different sessions. So we recorded Closer first, then we recorded another 3 songs, and then another 3 songs when we'd saved up enough money to do it, and then we got signed and then did the album. But I think that was definitely the funnest part because there was no expectations at all. We were a really, really new band, and we were just enjoying being in the studio. And not that we don't enjoy being in the studio, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool, thanks.
So also for you, it was it doesn't make actually that much difference. So
yeah, I guess so. I mean, it was. I still remember when I was sitting in the car with Cam and we got Closer back first on just a burnt disc and listening to that, and we were just oh my god, this is so awesome.
Yeah.
We were so stoked. Nothing kind of we still get really excited, even listening back to the tracks from Limitless, we still get really excited, but nothing really beats that first time. Yeah.
First time we ever heard a song properly recorded.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
because we were just using our garage band at home and stuff.
Yeah, really bad demo.
I read that in 2010 you were so already noticed by some record labels, and you got an invite to play a showcase.
Yes.
Both of you actually snapped the string on
actually,
the first song.
How did you find that out?
I read it somewhere. Right?
Were you at the showcase in the background? Yeah,
like,
Whakaio, came in with like a file and snapped the string. Whack, yeah, you snapped it in the intro.
In the intro.
And then I snapped it in the first song.
Looking back at it now, I'm like so embarrassed about it. Like it was at this venue and there was like 10 or 12 people from Sony, and it was kind of like dark and we couldn't really see them, and then we went on and did some stupid intro, and then I snapped my string, and then I had to change my guitar, and we started the intro again, and then the first
we walked back off and then back on, and then first song, boom, my string goes as well. It was just,
I don't know how we got signed.
Kind of stage fright, actually.
I don't remember being like that nervous, but everything just went wrong. Like Murphy's Law, when it's not supposed to go wrong, it goes wrong. So
yeah, that was fun.
But
thanks for letting us relive that.
I've still got shakes from that day.
But it's got better actually. So don't have any stage fright or something like that. So sometimes, but normally now it's just all it's pretty fun.
It depends. Like when we're doing like bigger things that we haven't done before, like we did Reading and Leeds last year. And I remember, like, I speak for myself, 2 years ago. Sorry, I speak for myself, but I saw in everyone else we were all just like kind of freaking out. Like,
that
like
was
the biggest
first
crowds.
time in ages that we
freaked out.
nervous. Yeah.
Still cool, pushes you to us.
Yeah, exactly.
It was good. It means you care. I think so. It's cool.
Let's talk a bit about your musical influences. So, what were your first records which you listened to? What was actually the first band which you really was into?
First band, like proper band, I really got into, I guess, was Sum 41. I remember listening to Does This Look Infected on a Discman. My friend brought the CD in. I think I was in year 8 or year 9. That was just when I was starting to play guitar, and I was like, man, this is awesome. So I sat down, started learning all their riffs, and then kind of went on to already like Blink-182, but then like all bands like that. And then You Found Glory. And then I kind of met Whack, and he was... And then he kind of got me into Parkway Drive and August Burns Red and like a little bit of heavier stuff.
Guitar stuff.
A little bit of more metal, but yeah.
So actually that's your more or less musical background.
I started, when I was younger, Damn It was like on the radio. So I think, and then later on, the first album I ever bought was Enema of the State. And Dad always had, back when tapes were still around, Dad had Silverchair tape in the car and Santana tape in the car. So every summer when we go to the beach, those would be the 2 tapes that were in the car. And then when I got a bit older, I bought Enema of the State. And then when I went into high school, I really, really got into Thrice and Rufio. And I was also into Parkway Drive and August Burns Red, just because, the guitars and those just make it for me. I'm not like, I never used to really listen to the vocals at all. It was just about, how the guitars play together. I love 2 guitars that are doing 2 different things, but but they work well together. So that's why I like those bands. But now I listen to a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, we're kind of broadening our horizons a little bit.
Just comes to your...
Yeah.
I know it's maybe something you not really love to talk about, but you're always, often, actually not always, so often compared to the band Paramore. You once said, people keep comparing and it's just human nature, but you are just doing the stuff you like and just doing it. Were there some inspiration for you when you started to make the band?
From Paramore?
Yeah.
The funny thing was that I actually hated girl singers. I never listened to if there was like a band with a girl singer, like I wouldn't listen to it. So I never really listened to Paramore until when they released
Decode.
Yeah, that Decode song I thought was awesome. I know that Jenna probably likes what Hayley's done and all that kind of stuff, but I don't think it was ever like a thing that we were like, we want to be.
Okay, it was never a conscious thing. Like I remember I bought Riot back in the day, and that was a great record, but it never really made its way in.
No, yeah, they weren't like a huge influence.
We didn't have like a mural on the wall, like praying to it every day or anything.
But I think now, like with the new album coming out, I don't like the comparison. I haven't heard that for a long time, so it's great. I think we're doing our own thing now, and Paramore are definitely doing their own thing now. So yeah, it's cool.
You were mentioning the new album, actually, Limitless, which is coming out next month.
Yes.
So around in a month, actually.
Yeah, March 4th.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us something about the songwriting process? So, who are the main songwriters in the band? Was anything different on this record than to the last records?
Yeah, it was really quite different. I think the main difference was it was a lot of self-reflection about the songwriting, and it was a yearn to get better. I mean, there's only so many times you can do something the same way and hope for a different kind of outcome. So Jenna and I did a lot of kind of writing trips where we went and learned with other writers, and I think when you write with other people, it just opens your mind to a different path. I think if you constantly are writing with the same person, you're just always going to head in that same direction. So we were very lucky to write with some great writers that really taught us some stuff, and then we came back and we were completely different writers ourselves, and then grew like that. So the start of the process, we'd actually written about 14 songs, and we were like, this is the album, and Jake and Cam and Matt came up to, like, we hired this like little cabin to like write those songs in, and we were like, this is the album. Everyone was like, great, blah blah blah. And then it was that A&R guy came and said, like, these songs are great, but like, do you want to just do the same album again, or you know, or do you want to push it? And that was a real point in this whole journey when he said that to us, and we were like, oh shit. So we went and kind of honed our craft, and this is what we came up with.
Actually, this was also one of my next questions, because I, of course, listened to your songs throughout the years, and you, from my point of view, you went a bit from this dry and punky sound to really more electronical influence. So was this on purpose, actually? So to really not just stay in this one actually part of music?
I think it was for me. I think we really had to understand what it was that our fans were connecting with the band, and we kind of really narrowed it down to what Jenna has to say and the message that she portrays. And with this album, we just wanted to portray it to a whole variety of people, and not just like a pop punk scene. So the music is different because it kind of, we want to facilitate her message in the best way. The electronic stuff really came from we started writing on piano instead. When we first met David Bendis, we were kind of like knocking our heads against the wall. We were having a really hard time trying to get something special out of writing. He was like, just write on something that you've never written on before. And I'd played classical piano since it was my first instrument, but I'd never written on it before. And he was like, just write on the piano. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then once we did that, everything changed. So it was really different. And because I just go to the same chords when I'm on the guitar. No, not anymore, but like I was just doing the same stuff and getting the same riffs, and it wasn't sparking anything creative. So that's what the piano did, I think.
If you're proud with it, actually, with the outcome.
So, very much so.
I remember when we first started hearing like the stuff that he was, he was writing on the piano, and we were just like, wow, that's really good. Yeah, that's awesome. That's a good direction to be going in.
Are you playing also live the piano, or is it?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Cool.
Dude, it was. I used to hate performing when I was younger, and I would always do these like recital things, and I would get so nervous. I would be shaking and like sweating profusely, and I just used to hate playing the piano. And I was kind of like afraid that fear would kind of come back. But now I love it. I'm not just playing guitar for the whole set now. I'm, you know, getting on the piano, play acoustic for a bit and electric, and so just changing everything up now, and it's just more musical. It's, you know, you use your brain in a different way. It's just not like autopilot the whole set. So
and it's not, we're not just like going down the whole time. We're just like, it's good. It's got dynamics now. Like, pick up the acoustic, it's nice and soft.
Looking forward to it today.
Oh, thanks, man.
Let's talk a bit about your equipment, actually, which you are using also live and also in studio. So, is it actually similar the one which you're using on the stage and in the studio?
The studio's, the studio we kind of don't care like what it is as long as it kind of sounds good. So we could use like a really shitty guitar, but as long as we get the tone. But we're very lucky to be a part of the ESP family. So Jake and I, we play Eclipses, and I've got a LTD X-Tone as well. So yes,
And kind of amps.
We actually just started playing with Kempers, so
we made the move.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean we toured with All Time Low last year, and they were on Kempers, and it's just a complete step up. And the main thing for us is that the tone is exactly the same every time.
And because we take it with us, it's just continuity between territories. So we like fly to Europe. It's exactly the same because we have the same rig the whole way through.
Yeah,
and it's just a lot like our sound guy as well, because there's no on-stage sound. He can control it a lot more. So everything that's coming out front is what he controls. Yeah. So he's stoked as well. He loves it.
It took a long time to
of course. No man, on-stage sound. I have to have it. But we started playing with the Kempers. I was like, we played like a couple of songs in rehearsals. I was like, man, I've never heard a guitar sound so good.
It's just super clean. Yeah. Like you can have the heaviest like tone and it just cuts through so well. Like, you know, and we were kind of turning our cabs around. We started turning our cabs around anyway, so we were trying to get like the least amount of on-stage sound anyway. So
then we ended up actually building like an ISO cab, like an isolated like case for the cabs. Or that was our sound guy and guitar tech, but. Yeah, so we were kind of trying to cut down
anyway,
on stage sound as much as possible, and then Kempers was just kind of the next progression for us. Yeah. But we're stoked for them.
Okay. And in terms of pedals and effects, are you using some special ones actually?
There's a lot of cool stuff in Kemper. So we mainly just use the delays in Kemper. We have like just like a dotted eighth delay and like a quarter note delay. And I actually have the Strymon, the Big Sky. We use that a lot on Limitless, and I've never like heard a pedal sound like that. So it's just like a huge reverb, but like a different reverb. And mainly I just use like the DD20 delay. Okay. That pedal is like incredible, but because we're on the Kemper profiles, we just profile the delays in. Okay. So
And are you switching it live or it's going through? Because I heard it's they put it on MIDI markers actually.
Yeah, you can't do that. We're still switching it live at the moment.
Okay. So
we're still what?
Switching live instead of having the MIDI marker for.
Oh yeah, we're still doing that. I don't trust that. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure like maybe later on we'll go there, but. Like I like to change it.
Yeah, because I heard from other guitarists they don't like this dancing on the stage actually.
I mean, it'd be awesome to just like for it to just change on its own, but
it'd be so weird. I'd probably still run over and be like, oh, no, where's my pedal gone?
I wouldn't trust myself, especially after a few beers. Yeah. You never know.
Actually, coming to my last question, you're constantly touring all over the world, and actually you're still pretty young band. And so what are you expecting from the future, and do you have any concrete plans now? Okay, so now with the release of the new album, but for later on, for long term?
Yes, I mean, I hope that we can do this, you know, as long as we can, really. I think our goal is literally to get to places that we haven't been before. So we're just starting off, you know, this Europe thing. We've never been to, as we were saying before. Hopefully get to South America and just kind of try and spread our message to the world and to everyone that wants to hear it, kind of thing. So the album comes out on March 4th, and then we're just going to be touring a lot. on that, and then probably start writing again and do the whole thing again. So it just depends on how this album goes and where it takes us, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just try and build on everything that we've done so far. I mean, we're still enjoying it more than anything else we do, so I don't see any point in stopping now.
Yeah, being home's pretty weird.
Yeah, so bad.
Have to get out. And
Well, we pretty much all hang out like together every day anyway, so I mean, you may as well do it.
you should come more to
shows.
Europe. So.
Yeah,
Sure.
we'd love to.
It's very
We
far
love it
from
here.
Australia.
Yeah.
Very far place.
Yeah.
Good.
But it's good. It's worth it. We love it here, and the fans are so dedicated and know all the songs and
In another
and so
language
polite.
as well. Yeah. It's incredible. So we really are grateful to be here.
Nice. Thanks for this interview. Really appreciate it. And
Thanks
wish
for
you a nice show tonight.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you so
Thomas.
much, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.